There's definitely some differences between dating older men and younger men that you should know about. There are providers in every age group, right? They tend to be more in the older category because it just makes more sense. Like they had more time to establish themselves and they've already made their stupid mistakes. A lot of them have one or two marriages under their belt already, like married and divorced, right? I'm not talking about if they're like separated but still legally married to their wife. With younger guys, I will date I'm open to like I'll say 26, the youngest, up until, mid 50s. I'm just talking about dating. I'm not talking about like every date that I go on needs to be a potential future husband. So the advantage with dating the younger ones is that they tend to I mean, it's kind of the same as for the guys who date younger women, believe it or not, because we're all humans. A lot of the stuff that you hear older guys say about why they prefer younger women, the fact that they have less baggage, they're more optimistic. I mean, if you want to look at it from a cynical perspective, some people say that, well, they're easier to manipulate, right? But that goes for anyone who's younger. So, and manipulate doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. Because I've been on dates with younger guys, again, only the ones that can pick me up in their car and it's in their nature already to like pay for the date and everything. That's what they want to do. That's how they were raised to treat a woman, right? There's a level of safety and comfortability for sure, I feel, with the younger ones as opposed to the older ones. This is not in every single case, obviously, but I find that in general, the younger guys I feel more comfortable because there's less expectation on their part, right? Because they're younger than me. So what are they gonna tell me? Even if they try to come at me with like on some demanding-ish, it's easy to shut them down because it's like you're younger than me. I can easily turn you into my younger brother in the snap of a finger, like energetically, which I've never had to do, by the way. But
all these bitches is my sons. And I'ma go and get some pips for them.
With the younger ones, even if they get like an attitude or whatever with you, it's just more kind of like throwing a tantrum and you can ignore it easily. And I will include so when I say younger, I was initially referring to guys that are younger than me, but I guess you can extend that, I think, to any guy that is in his 30s and below. So like 40 and below, I don't want to say there's less a sense of danger, but like for me personally, at least, I just feel like there's no pressure, right? Even though all guys at any age, they're probably after the same thing. They would sleep with you in a heartbeat if you let them. But the younger ones are much more like respectful, right? They will back off very quickly if you yeah, power dynamic. Yeah, that's a good term. So they'll back off quickly if you let them know. Like you can set the pace pretty straightforwardly with them, and they'll either be super respectful and super understanding of it because they're young, so they haven't been like that exhausted or that frustrated by women yet in their collective life experience. So either they'll be totally chill and fine with it, or they might like pout and throw a tantrum, but then that just ends up in okay, you guys ignore each other in your messages afterwards, and there's no like sense of danger. I don't feel pressured. I don't feel any real pressure. But with the older guys, there's a level of that they're older and wiser and they've been around the block a lot of times, especially if they've been married before, right? They've seen all of the tricks and manipulation that women can do. They know that you're capable of that. And I'm not saying that like every single one is there are a lot of very healthy, level-headed older men for sure. I'm not here to paint any group with a broad negative brush, but there is kind of that I don't know. I feel sometimes that yeah, there's a power dynamic difference there that I won't say it makes me uncomfortable because like at the end of the day, I have a good intuition. I would never find myself remotely in a situation where I'm in physical danger, right? I am very good at cutting off the communication very quickly from the get-go. If I sense any of that having a possibility of going down, the older ones are not afraid to make you uncomfortable, is what I'm saying. The younger ones still have that they have that sense of decorum in them where they're much more like catering to your comfort emotion wise, if you are like, okay, I don't want to talk about this, like, okay, that's a little inappropriate. Like you say it in a jokey way, obviously, but then the minute that you let them know that you're uncomfortable or we're not going to go there, we're not going down that path, they'll back off immediately and be like, okay, no problem. And then like it's cute, right? Because you're both young and whatever. But with the older guys, they don't care. Like they will push the envelope more, which is no problem because if you're confident in yourself and you know how to stick up and stand up for yourself, which you should not be dating if you don't know how to do that, right? So if you're at that level where you can push back, you can stand your ground, it's fine, but it's not a comfortable experience, right? And then it always leaves me like, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It's not something that I can let go of, you know, even if it doesn't escalate into anything remotely dangerous or like threatening to my life. Obviously, I've never been on a date with an older man that's like putting me in an actual threatening position, but yeah, I don't appreciate the power dynamic trip. And I'm not inclined to give them the benefit of the doubt that, well, maybe they just don't know how strong they're coming off. Like maybe they're just used to that with the peers in their age group. Even though you're younger, the younger women that tend to date older men that are like 10, 15, 20 years older, we tend to be very intellectually advanced, right? That's why, you know, because these guys, obviously, they're attracted to your youth and your beauty and all of that. But if you can't hold a conversation with them, then they get bored very easily. So the fact that they are with a younger woman, it likely means that she's on his level intellectually. Like she can hold a conversation, she can go back and forth with him. And so I feel like they need to remember, though, at the end of the day, that I'm 15 years younger than you. You need to like know your place, okay? Because you're old and I'm young and cute. And so don't be thinking that just because we're on the same level intellectually that you can like push me around.